Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of A Million and One Stories. Of course, we are your lovely co hosts, Sierra, Stacey, and Leticia. And today we're going to be talking about friendships. So, as you guys know, we are all friends. We met during college and we have been friends for about 6 years now. So, shout
It's
out
been a
to
minute.
us. We're over the hump. And I think for today's conversation, we're just going to be mainly talking about friendships, maintaining friendships during quarantine, the importance of friendships. What do friendships mean to you all? So definitely, as we're talking today, definitely drop your comments down below in the comments section. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first question I want to pose to you guys is, what is friendship to you all and how important is it to you guys?
For me, friendship, I don't even really call people like friends. Like if I'm really close to you, like you really like my sister or my brother, for real, for real. Because I feel like when I give love, like I'm giving love as if you're my family member. You know what I mean? Like if you ask me for a suggestion or you need advice or something, like I'm gonna look out for you. I'm not gonna give you no advice that's gonna put you in a situation where it's negative. You know what I mean? So maintaining friendships for me, I feel is very important because you don't know like what you will receive from somebody else. And I feel like everything happens for a reason. You know,
Right.
God brings people into your life so that you can learn different things, even if you're not friends no more. Like I feel like every person who I've encountered, who I've had an experience with, like they've all been learning situations. I've been able to grow as a human being. And, you know, even if we're not friends, I still wish that person well. You know what I mean? But maintaining friendships for me is very important because I grow. Like I learn different things from different people. Like I may learn one thing from Sierra that I may not be able to learn from Letitia and vice versa. You know what I mean? And my friendships aren't just like people who are on the same level as me. Like I try and build friendships with people who are role models. Maybe they're like level higher than me. You know, they got, you know, a government job, or, you know, they're making a certain type of money, or, you know, maybe they're strong in their faith. That's where I want to be. I create friendships where it's like I can grow and I can learn from those friendships. So I feel like it's very important to maintain friendships. And I've been really like, before the pandemic and stuff, like it's been very challenging for me to, you know, just maintain some friendships because it's challenging. That's energy, you know what I mean? And especially when you're a mother and you have kids, like you can't always do some of the things that you used to be able to do when you didn't have kids, you know? So, I mean, I'm working on it. I try my best. With you guys, I know with the pandemic, like I feel like what we're doing right now, it brings us closer. We get to talk more than we used to. You know, we get to see each other more than we used to. And I feel like it's growing us as young women and also as friends, sisters. It's like a sisterhood. You know what I mean? I can call y'all when I need you. You can call me when y'all need me.
Right.
See, even the other time, remember when I guess you had to use the bathroom or something, but you called me at 3:00 in the morning, and when I missed that call, I still called you back no matter what time it was to make sure you were okay. And I believe that is what friendship is. It's a sisterhood. It's a brotherhood, you know, treating people the way that you want to be treated. So it's definitely important to maintain friendships with people.
For me, I don't think friendship is something that's so complicated. I look at friendship like not necessarily like, okay, you're just my friend, but I do categorize my friends. I do categorize my friends on purpose. Before, when I was younger, I really didn't care because it was kind of like, oh, whoever I'm close to, you know, it's fine, so on and so forth. But now, as I get older and I know, I'm starting to know myself a lot more. I know that certain people maybe will be good for this and certain people won't be good for that, you know. So I'm very like, maybe I like, oh my gosh, if I see you, that means this person will only be that for that,
Right.
for that. But as I get to know myself, and I get to know the individuals that I'm with, I know that, okay, these friends will be good if I do this with, or these friends will be good if I do that with them. So I purposely feel like in life, you know, if you are blessed enough to age and get to a place where you are mindful of who you are and the people who you are surrounding yourself with, their importance, then that's how friendship becomes powerful to me. Um, I maintain friendship how? For me, I maintain friendship. It could I don't I am not the type of person that likes to call people. My mom gets on me, okay? So anybody can say whatever they want. I have friends who I've been friends with people for 20 years. I've been friends with people for 25 years. I've been friends with people for 5, 2, 3. I've been friends with people that I have seen that I could see at least every other day or maybe like a week or a month or years. But one thing with me is my friendship is pure. If I'm friends with you, I'm friends with you, point blank, period. There won't be any, I don't beat around the bush. I don't act funny, because the type of friendship I offer to an individual, it's not like I don't hope that you expect anything else. So if you know that I'm the one that don't call, I just don't call. I have a friend that I know for 20 years. He always called me with the same complaint. You do not call me. I always have to call you. And I say, you are right about that. I don't think I will start changing today, but since you call me, let's have a long conversation. And we literally stay on the phone for hours when we talk. And we talk as we've never spoke before. Because we talk about old times, we talk about present time, and we talk about the future. And that to me is powerful. So that's why I say I categorize the type of friends I have. And then I have friends who maybe, you know, the conversation isn't all that well, because, you know, it's not like the type of friends that, you know, who will understand that, okay, well, that's who she is, or maybe that's who I am. But I feel like in order for me to maintain a good friendship, I have to be truthful to myself. And I also have to understand where my friends are coming from. So whoever I'm friends with, where they're coming from, so that I can maintain that friendship. Like with you ladies, I know I don't talk all the time. I don't pick up the phone all the time like, hey girl, what you doing? Hey girl, what you do? I don't do that. I can't even lie. Nobody, even my own kids would tell you I'm not that person. But one thing I would do is, if I have you on the phone, I genuinely care about you. Like, what are you doing? How are you doing? What's going on? I'm catching up with you. And I don't feel like just because I call you every day, that means I'm a good friend. I could be a fake friend and call you every day. I don't need that. I don't need fakery. I need, if you are purely yourself with me, I am purely myself with you. And that's how I maintain friendship.
So there's a couple of things that you ladies touched on that I want to unpack. So first things first is, for me, friendships are very important. Like my friends are like my family, right? And that's like, a friendship is like the second relationship you want to have to develop. First is familial, you know, you have your parents, your siblings, blah, blah, blah. Then you have your friendships. So, you know, as you're younger, everyone is your friend. Oh my God, we're in class together, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? So as you like mature and you grow throughout life, you start to realize like, no, not everybody is my friend. My mother always told me, she was like, you may have a lot of friends now, but the older you get, the smaller your circle becomes, but the purer and the more genuine your friendships become, because not everyone who is for you is really for you. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that as I have, you know, matured throughout life and I've gone through different things in my life, you know, I'm blessed to have friends that I've had since I was in grade school, you know, friends from college, just friends from different points of my life. I'm very grateful for that. But I also had to learn lessons like, okay, yeah, we may share the same aspirations, share the same friend group, but, you know, we're not friends. And so I'm very mindful of who I let into my circle, who I share energy with. You know, that transference of energy, you know, is really important. So that's first and foremost. The second thing I will say is, you know, maintaining a friendship is work. You know what I'm saying? It's like a relationship. Yep. And there's nothing worse when you have a friendship breakup. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that it's very important to know your needs and wants in your friendship. So say, for example, if I'm the type of friend where I need you to call me every day, you know, we have to discuss that, because if you're not the friend who calls every day, then we're going to have a problem, and then we're going to be able to ruin a friendship. So I think it's really important to know where you stand in your friendships. And during a pandemic, it's hard because we're all going through something. We all have our own trials and tribulations, none greater than the next person, but we're all going through something. And so it's just like, you want to rely on your friends, rely on your support system, your community, but it's like, dang, I'm taking away from you, but I know you're going through something. So I think this past year, being in the pandemic, having restrictions, visiting restrictions, all these different type of restrictions that we had, people, being in different states, you can't see them. It definitely put a strain on the relationships. And you had to kind of regroup and rework, like, how do I nurture and maintain that friendship if I can't see them? We're all going through something, so we're not going to be on the phone every day. And then when we are on the phone, you know what I'm saying, we have that one moment to cherish, and then it's until the next one. So I think for me, I had to step back, right? Because I will say that I don't have many friends. I know a lot of people and all stuff like that, but like, I have a core friend group, and that's it. Like, I'm good with that. And so having to think about, okay, I know I have a lot of things going on. Okay, let me remove myself. Let me put myself into their shoes. What do they have going on? How can I be of service to them? How can I be a better friend to them? You know what I'm saying? Thinking about it from that avenue comes like, well, dang, you ain't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the one time Lucia called me and I was like, hello, you never called me. Like, what is, like, you okay? You know what I'm saying? But it's just things like that. You have to know, okay, how can I make the situation better? And it's difficult. There isn't a right answer. There isn't a solution. There's not an algorithm that you can do. Everything takes work, and everything literally has to be catered to that person. And I definitely think that if we were not doing this podcast, we would not talk as much as we do, because we talk weekly, we have check-ins, so we're always in tune with what each other has going on. But had not been for that, I definitely don't think we would talk as much. We would definitely talk, of course, because we're friends, but it would have been like, like, Hector, how you doing? Or like, oh, let's catch up, you know what I'm saying? And really not miss a beat. But I'm so grateful that we do talk weekly, because we're in sync. You know what I'm saying? So even so much as I can send a text message, I'll be like, hold on. My Sierra Spidey senses are tingling. What's wrong with you, friend? You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very, very grateful for that. But like I said earlier, it's really hard to maintain friendships during a pandemic, because we're all struggling, and you can't pour from an empty cup. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm empty, I can't pour into you as much as you need me to. So, are you okay? Friend, we told you. You didn't get that vinegar and water spray bottle.
That is so funny.
Y'all drop down in the comment section below how to get rid of bees and stuff, because my sister's outside, she's fighting the bees, y'all. Leave it down in the comment section down below.
But see,
we got you,
very
sis.
important about talking to your friends and figuring out like what it is that they need in that friendship. And it makes me think about something that we talked about before with knowing people's love languages. Like, do you think that you should know your friends' love languages? I mean, because I'm sitting here like, dang, maybe you're right. You do have to talk to people about what kind of friendship that you want, what relationship that you guys are building. And I say that because, okay, growing up, like you said, I was very friendly. I didn't care who it was. We could be friends. We could all be friends, right? And as I got older, I realized those friends are not for me.
I gotta go inside. I can't. These bees are literally attacking me.
Sorry, you guys. We'll have a quick intermission. So let me piggyback off of what Stacey said. So I definitely think that it is important to know your friendship, know your needs and wants, but also know that personality. So, for example, not necessarily love language, but at work we do what's called the colors test. So basically there are 4 colors: blue, gold, green, and orange, and each color is associated with a different personality. And they basically tell you like that person's strengths and weaknesses. How do you know to use them in your office, and also how to handle conflict with that person if they shut down, like how do they respond to certain like authoritative ways, stuff like that. So I do think it's important to be aware of what, be aware of the person you're entering a friendship with. Like, understand who that person is. Because if we are oil and water, we're never going to have a fruitful friendship, because we're just not going to mix. But if I'm not vocal about what I need, it's not going to be beneficial either. And I also think that the more you grow in life, you know, your relationships will change, your friendships change, your needs change. You know what I'm saying? Back in college, I might have needed a party friend. You know what I'm saying? We're not in college anymore. I don't need that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So now I need you to be more, you know, I need to be able to depend on you. I need advice from you. I need you to support me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's really important to vocalize what you need in your friendships.
Mm-hmm. And I agree, because growing up, I wasn't that vocal. Like I like to be kind. I'm a kind person, but when it comes to conflict, I shut down completely. Like,
it's hard.
I will cut you off, and that's it. Like, you will not hear from me. And I thought that was the norm. Like, if you just not meshing well in a friendship, it's just like, all right, bye. Like, you go your separate ways. Then I started seeing people like getting upset because, like, I cut communication off with them, and it's like, isn't that how it goes? Like, if you're not friends with somebody, or you just not getting along with them, it's just like, all right, peace. Like, you're never gonna see me again. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know, like, you're not always gonna get closure. You know, it doesn't always happen, but I guess for some people, they do kind of need that closure. Even if they have done you wrong, you would think, okay, well, you did me wrong. Like, duh, I don't want to be your friend no more. But I guess people want to hear, like, this is what you did. I didn't like it. And no, I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't wish any bad on you. I just think you're an evil spirit, and I don't want you around me.
Not an evil spirit, Jesus.
But yeah, but and people, like, I started getting people trying to come back into my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, dude, like, did you forget? Or like, what? And then it's like, or maybe it was God trying to get me to learn how to speak up and say, this is what happened and I didn't like it. But I'm just not that conflict person, because some people, like, they really take it to heart when it's like, no, I don't want to be your friend. So,
but I mean, they should. Like, a friendship, like, I'm gonna take it to heart. If one of you guys say, we got to call you, like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, I'm gonna be heartbroken, because, you know, I genuinely value you guys in my life. I've known you guys for 6 years. You had ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard when you lose someone that you have an attachment to. Does that make sense? Like, we don't have to talk every day, but if I'm attached to you and I know that we have a genuine bond, if you're just like, well, fuck you, I'm just like, oh my God, why? Like, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna cry, because, you know, you value that relationship. Now, if the person's doing you dirty, of course you're like, bye, but it's still a relationship, and people tend to want closure no matter what the, you know, dynamic of the relationship is.
And I agree with that, and that's why I was saying earlier, and I said, you know, as you grow, if we are blessed enough to live a little longer, then you start to see the value of excuse me, each individual, you know, in your life, you know, where that friendship falls. And it's very important. And that doesn't necessarily mean you don't like the individuals, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you're dismissing them or so on and so forth. But kind of like what you said earlier, Sierra, when you were like, you know, when I was 20, maybe I wanted to party so much, but now that I am 30, I don't want to party so much. You know what I mean? Right. That doesn't mean I don't like my party friend. That just means that maybe I'm not in that area or that state of my life anymore. I probably will want to party every now and then, but not every day. Like, that's no longer my thing. You know what I mean? That's no longer what I aspire to do all the time. So, excuse me, I say that to also say that when you are, at the end of the day, whoever you choose to be friends with, you have to remember one thing. If you are not friends with yourself first, it won't even matter who you become friends with, because you can easily fall into the trap of wanting to please somebody, and then that person don't even know how to be a good friend to you. You know what I mean? But you need to make sure you know who you are, what your needs are. Seriously, going back to kind of like what you said, Stacey, and you were talking about, should you know the love language of your friendship? You definitely don't need to know the love language of your friendship, but you need to know the communication language of your friendship for yourself,
and for the individual around you. Because if you know that communication language between, you know, you and your friend, you in a better, you know, understanding. Like I told you guys, I'm not the one who picks up the phone and call. You know, I'm not. And if you expected me to be 24/7 on the phone with you, you will be as mad as my mother. And I'm telling you, my mother who birthed me would literally cuss me out over the phone. Like, why aren't you calling me? I'm like, Ma, like literally, I don't need to talk to you every minute on the phone. Like, I love to talk every now and then, but I'm not the one that love being on the phone. And is it a bad thing? Maybe. I don't know. Is it a good thing? Maybe. But at the end of the day, you need to know yourself. They need to know you, and you need to know them and know what they want. So because of having that situation with my own mother, I promise you, I have called her every night, and then when I call her, she said, "Oh wow, surprise! Why are you calling me? What you want?" I'm like, "I don't want nothing. I just want to check on you." Or when I call my friend, like I told you guys earlier, who I've known for 20 some years, she's like, "Oh my gosh, girl, what's happening? Who do you want me to come? You know, who do you want me to come pick up? Which one of the kids?" And I'm like, "Nobody. I was just really checking up on you. Like you were on my mind at the moment, so I'm just checking up on you." So, and for me, I love when I do that to the people that I care about. I don't want to feel like, you know, I have to do it. And some people, sometimes too, if I talk to you 24/7, what other conversation we gonna have? I'm just trying to figure out like what conversation we really gonna have. So I like to have a pure and genuine conversation. I don't want to talk just to talk. Like some people do, but that's you. You need to know you, and I need to know mine way of communicating. So that's why I say it's very important. And I agree with you, Stacey. I think knowing that conversation relationship between you and yourself and you and your friends is imperative.
Yeah, and I agree with what you guys are saying, and I feel like once you know someone and you know what they need in a friendship, it's like it helps you to maintain that friendship. You know what I mean? Like me and Cece during the pandemic, we did painting, right? We did the right? And you know, even though we didn't necessarily get to talk to each other in that setting, but it was something for us to, you know, do something different. You know, we got to paint together. I mean, we had our own wine. We was, drinking our wine. Yeah. And it was something to experience. You know what I mean? And I feel like even though we didn't talk, it still brought us together because we had something to talk about after the fact. You get what I'm saying? So thank you guys for joining 1,000,001 Stories. Definitely let us know, like, how are you guys maintaining your friendships during this pandemic? Is it challenging, and how do you overcome that? And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.